Ever wonder how nations manage to keep their economies afloat in troubled waters? Today we'll reveal the strategies the United States has employed to stall a recession in these unpredictable times. From the corridors of power in Washington, D.C. to your local neighborhood store, these mechanisms of resilience pervade our society. So buckle up and let's dissect the intriguing world of economics and politics together. Imagine a roller coaster ride with its highs and lows. That's pretty much how the economic functions. Recession represents the chilling descent where economic activity declines significantly due to decreased spending. Let's contextualize this with the current economic landscape. The US GDP growth rate dipped to 1.1% in the first quarter of 2023, from 2.6% in the previous quarter. While alarming at first glance, historical precedents like the Great Depression and the 2008 financial crisis tell us that downturns are part and parcel of any economy. It's the governmental response that often makes the difference. In 2020, we witnessed the unprecedented economic challenge in the form of the COVID-19 pandemic. The world economy shook as travel restrictions, supply chain disruptions, and lockdowns led to massive job losses and business closures. Imagine a family-run restaurant in Michigan, a community fixture for generations, forced to close its doors as a result of these challenges. In response to this, the US government implemented substantial economic relief measures. A noteworthy example is the Coronavirus Aid, Relief and Economic Security Act, or CARES Act, of 2020. One of the largest economic relief bills in US history, it injected a staggering $2.2 trillion into the economy to help individuals and businesses survive the economic storm brought on by the pandemic. The Federal Reserve, commonly referred to as the Fed, plays a crucial role in ensuring economic stability. During the height of the pandemic, the Fed implemented several measures to protect the economy. A significant action was cutting the interest rate to the target range of 5.0 to 5.25% in May 2023. This strategy aimed to make borrowing more affordable, thereby encouraging investment and fueling economic growth. While the Fed continues to support economic recovery, another challenge arises in the form of inflation. In April 2023, inflation was reported at 4.93%, meaning that each dollar now has less purchasing power. This increase can potentially impact consumer spending habits, posing a threat to economic growth. The Federal Reserve may need to respond by tightening monetary policy, thereby reducing the amount of money in circulation to prevent the economy from overheating. Now, let's look at the fiscal side of things. For fiscal year 2023, the US government budgeted $3.61 trillion for healthcare, infrastructure, and social programs. This spending serves as a lifeline for individuals and businesses still grappling with the aftermath of the pandemic. Furthermore, the government has been carefully designing tax policies to strike a delicate balance between generating revenue and minimizing financial burdens on households during this challenging period. As we consider the global economic landscape, international trade becomes a crucial component. Trade agreements such as the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, USMCA, implemented in 2020 to replace NAFTA, work towards reducing trade barriers and promoting economic growth. These agreements have wide-reaching effects on several sectors, including automotive, agriculture, and digital trade. They pave the way for more balanced reciprocal trade that supports high-paying jobs for Americans and boosts the North American economy. Of course, we can't ignore the elephant in the room, the US national debt. As of January 2023, this debt reached a staggering $31.46 trillion, equivalent to 123.4% of the country's nominal GDP. This gargantuan debt requires careful management to ensure long-term economic stability. One approach has been raising the debt ceiling, a controversial yet necessary measure that the government periodically takes to keep the economy running smoothly. In the US, small businesses are not just businesses, they are a vital lifeline for local communities and the broader economy, with 99% of all businesses being small. However, these establishments have been significantly impacted by the pandemic. Take the example of a small bookstore in New York, which was forced to digitize its entire inventory rapidly to survive. To support such businesses, the US government has enacted measures informed by historical data, economic analysis, and industry consultations. Immigration is another important cog in the economic machine. Historically, immigrants have played a crucial role in the US economy by filing critical labor market gaps and stimulating growth. However, managing immigration policy is a balancing act. It's important to understand the impact of economic expansion while also considering the dynamics of the domestic job market. As we move forward an era defined by sustainable practices, we cannot ignore the significant impact climate change has on the economy. Every year, climatic disasters cause human suffering as well as large economic and ecological damage. Over the past decade, the direct damages of such disasters are estimated to add up to around $1.3 trillion or around 0.2% of world GDP on average per year. From agriculture to tourism, climate change has the potential to disrupt several industries, influencing economic trends. Adaptation to the mitigation of these effects requires significant investments, forming a crucial part of future economic planning. As we reach the end of this comprehensive dive into the US economy, we can see that the government's strategic actions, guided by research data, historical context, and analysis of different viewpoints, have been critical in mitigating recession risks. Through careful monetary and fiscal policies, effective management of international trade, support for small businesses, acknowledgement of immigration's economic contributions, and growing recognition of climate change impacts, the US shows its resilience and potential for recovery. We'd love to hear your thoughts on these vital economic trends. Join us in the comment section below as we continue this fascinating conversation. Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.